for a couple of months, started with a course, met lovely friends on that course. But you tend to hang out with those courses with people you wouldn't hang out in normal or real life or day-to-day life. Basically, they're all younger than me. Right? So you end up in funny situations sometimes. Like one day I was hanging out with a group, and Fabian had this kind of necklace, it read 1991. I was like, oh, Fabian, what happened to you that year? Because for me, that's a really important year. That's when I lost my virginity. And he said, that's the year I was born. I've been having sex for 30 years. Woo! 30 years.
Woo! Get married.
What's that? My worry was, shit, 30 years. I should be good at it by now, right? But let's face it, 30 years, okay, but I've been married 20 of those years, so how much do they count? Can we really count 30 years of sex when you have 20 years of marriage? You all, I'm glad one person is like, So, but my husband did laugh at that joke when I tested it with him, so I'll take that as a go, yeah? Another thing that's also when you, when you hang out with young people, it's quite cute and sweet when they complain about their age, and they go, oh my God, I'm turning 35, I feel so old, I feel like midlife crisis coming. Hello? Not in front of me, people. Have respect for your elders, please. It's a bit like when my skinny friend Wendy complains, I'm so fat, you can barely see my thigh gap anymore. Hello? No, that's not true. Actually, that didn't happen. I don't have skinny friends. They make me look too fat on photos, so forget it. So I guess we all have privileges, right? For some, it's the thigh gap. In my case, I'm thinking, as a white, middle-aged, heterosexual, able-bodied woman, I'm one dick away from the life bingo, right? But all those privileges, that wasn't enough. I needed to add to that list. So recently, I became a British citizen because I thought I need one. Yes, thank you. And I'm glad So you agree? Would you agree it was an upgrade from French to British? No? Come on. Yeah, no, it was a bit of or not. But is there anything you're proud of as Brits? Tell me. What are you proud of as British citizens?
NHS. Yeah.
Exactly, thank you. The NHS. Yeah, that's a good one. Very good one. So in fact, in France as well, we have our NHS. We have our equivalent of the NHS, and French people are super proud of their their security or health system. In fact, so some of them, in fact, go back. We love our tests, we love our checkups. I even know some people who go back to France for their smear test. Yeah, weirdly, but I don't know if it's an urban myth, but I hear in some places, the doctor here in England can't even locate a freaking cervix. So fair enough. I'm thinking fair enough. And in France, we love our tests. We're really big on prevention. And one thing that doctors are very thorough about is after you give birth, they help you rebuild your pelvic floor muscles, to get you back, get you tight really quickly. And it's really important. So what they do, the system actually pays for you to go and see a specialized midwife. She inserts some electrodes in your vagina. Remember those ads on TV, the slender tone ads, where you saw people on the sofa with the electrodes on their belly to get strong abs? Same thing, but you don't need to do the exercises. No, it's all good. It's all good. You look horrified. Don't worry. It's all. In fact, it's supposed to be to prevent long-term problems like incontinence. That's the official version. Right? The real reason we know it is to get you nice and tight in no time for your husband. You know, it's to make sure that the poor guys, you know, you don't want them to feel like they're crossing the Channel Tunnel when they're having sex, do you? So that's the real reason. And I mean, I don't want to sound bitter or ungrateful, you know, because I think even women benefit from this. Let's face it, you know, if you think about it. If your man is happy with you in bed, it's less chance of you ending up raising your kid in a council flat because he's found your title number. So all in all, it's win-win. Yes, I'm glad. Yeah, we all agree. Yeah. So yeah, I've become a British citizen recently, and the way I don't know if any of you have done it, but to become Brit, you need to pass what is called the Life in the UK test. It's a theoretical test on British culture, history, and it's not an easy one. In fact, you have a few trick questions in there. One of them, I'll test you one actually. One of them is tolerance of others' beliefs, faith, and cultures is a fundamental principle of British life. True or false? What would you have picked?
True!
False.
True!
You would have failed, all of you, because it turns out those questions were written before Brexit. That was the trick, so you know, what chances have you got? So I think that beyond this theoretical test, they should do a practical test. To really test, you know, are you ready to be a good Brit? What I picture is they would, they would follow you for a few days and test, you know, listen, observe you, count the number of times you apologize every day. They would also test your resilience, like can you stomach the Tesco meal deal 3 days in a row without wanting to kill yourself? Can you tut as loud as the Queen when Prince Andrew wants an additional £1 million in pocket money? So I think there's something I love about British culture is also how you know how to have fun. I think you really don't take yourself seriously. No, really like that. And there's a program I love on TV that is, for me, that really embodies that. It's Come Dine With Me. I love that program. It's like, each time I'm like, how do you do it? How do you enter a cooking competition with dishes you've never even tried before? You're like beef Wellington, baked Alaska, no problem, never tried before, but that's fine. Usually starts with, I'm in it to win it, and it ends with, I hope it tastes better than it looks. But it's quite cool, actually. I love that program, it's so fun. I love it so much. I convinced my husband to enter the couples Come Dine With Me. So, unlike others, we tested our menu, we prepared our menu very thoroughly. So I was in charge of the French tart. And then my husband made my favorite, his signature aubergine 3 ways. It's a treat. You're thinking already, aren't you? You're thinking about it. Picture it. So anyway, I think the last thing that really, separates the true or the people who can be a true Brit from the rest of us is our ability to sense all the subtleties of the language that you don't learn when you learn the foreign language. So things like you never know what they really mean. Are they really fine? Is it really okay? Are they really going to invite you for dinner? It's all. So now I've narrowed it down to one simple rule. What I used to call lying, I just call it being polite now. Right? So I'll try it with you guys, shall I? Yeah. Okay, so I'll start with you. So I love this dress. Pink is really your color. Fantastic. The moustache, perfect look. Really good look on you. Keep it on. And here's my husband. Darling, of course I can. Thank you very much. My poor husband.
You're welcome to try my aubergine 3 ways anytime.
I'm just about to say I'm inviting myself to aubergine tea 3 ways. Do you have enough seat and